Is it
Hey guys, we're live.
the awkward moment where we check and see if it's live?
Oh, we're live.
Are we okay?
Yep.
Hello. Can you guys hear me and Ed? This is the first time I've had someone else on. I'm in live chat. I'm good.
Oh, I just got a notification that you're live.
Okay. Hello. Okay, we're live. Peter says we're live, so we must be live.
Yep.
Well, welcome to the Ed and Lefty Variety Show. Just kind of threw it together. Thank you, Zen, for linking Ed's channel. Just some quick hellos here. Let's see. Bob was first. Bob Kaler. We had Dragon Lair. Guppy Guru was here. Jesse from HCACA was here, and then Pugs Tank. Oh, and Fish Pappy. Hello, everybody.
Awesome.
We got Ed here.
Yep, we got a mess of cool people. But I think that we are going to talk about just a little bit about everything.
Yep.
So if you guys, and Big Tank Hank is here too.
Hey, Hank.
Doing the things. Now, is that just like cool peace? Or this is peace. This isn't sign of the devil. This is spider webs.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's like.
Yeah, it's like a.
Well, like. When I would walk in at work, I used to go like this. Well, you can't even see me. I'd do like that. But I didn't ever shoot it.
Oh, what is Bob? Well, you win our appreciation and admiration for being first, Bob. That's what you win.
Yep.
Oh, it's Texas UT. Is that like a sports team or something?
That would be a University of Texas. They're the Longhorns, so it's the.
Okay. Yeah, because we used to do something in choir. It was like Caribou or something. I meant Be Quiet. Oh, freaking remember.
Caribou?
Yeah, we I think we did it like this, so it had like little horns or something. I don't know. I never did it. We just told us to be quiet and we quieted down.
So you were in choir?
Yep, I did choir from elementary all the way through high school.
Why, are you a good singer?
I guess. It was an easy A, so. And we could only pick choir or band, so I would do choir during the year, and then I did band over the summer.
What instrument did you play?
I played the clarinet.
Oh, I played the saxophone, so I bet I could play clarinet.
Probably the mouthpieces are probably about the same.
Yep. And have you tried playing within a few years?
I haven't picked it up in 15 years now, probably.
Okay, well, I went to play in a talent show about 10 years ago. I was going to play The Lion Sleeps Tonight, that wing whack. Well, yeah. I was going to do that. Like that song. Mm-hmm. But when I did it, my lips almost ripped off my face. I couldn't believe how weak my lips were. And that's the last time I picked up the saxophone or tried to play it. I picked it up to look at it, and it's like, yeah, I'm not going to play it.
I've probably ruined my clarinet. It's been up in our attic for 7 years now. So the heat has probably melted the cork right off.
Yeah.
It was broken from the time I got it, though. Like, it never did the upper register. I could only play, like, the mid and lower. It would never play the upper, and they always thought that I couldn't do it. So I was like, here, you do it. So the instructor took his mouthpiece, put it on mine. He couldn't get it to play a single high note. And I was like, see? I knew it wasn't me. They made you leave choir, Bob. What did you do? Were you making the other people look bad because you sing so well?
I bet. Or when he was dancing, he was poking too many girls in the eyes.
So you made Rack get Wingspan, huh?
Yes. Wingspan is an amazing game. I have it right here if you want me to pull it out.
Pull it out.
I use it as the thing that holds my computer up because it's such a nice box. I know that's probably terrible. Here, I just move this. Wingspan, a game of learning about birds. But it is an amazing game. I recommend everybody buy this game, and you can invite me out to your house, and I will teach you how to play it.
It looks like it's got a lot of pieces in that box.
It does. I don't know. You can't really hear them.
Yeah, I pulled up a picture of what's supposedly in the box.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they can see it.
There's a lot of eggs.
Okay. Well, they look like those candied eggs.
Yep. Don't eat them. They're wood. Lots of different types of food for the birds. There's like berries and fish and mice. I keep everything in little Ziploc bags because I like to keep everything nice.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing.
But yeah, it's a great game. The dice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You roll the dice for food. And like if you get this, I got so excited because I was like, oh, sweet. I just got a grain and a worm. No, you get to choose a grain.
Oh.
Which really stinks because like the first time I did that, I passed up on berries, and berries are hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you see berries, take the berries. Don't worry about mice and fish.
Okay.
Hardly anything eats the mice. Owls.
I was gonna say owls probably.
Yeah, and hawks.
Did yours come with a little birdhouse thingy?
The birdhouse thingy is amazing. Now, you can buy on Etsy a plastic version that's like really fancy. But what you do is, this is what's called the bird feeder. And you take all the dice, and there's more dice in the box somewhere because there's supposed to be 5. But you drop them in the back, and it rolls out.
Oh, that's
and so this is the food you can get from the bird feeder.
Well, you got 2 berries, Ed.
Yeah, that's awesome. That doesn't happen every day. But you see, people grab the berries because you can only do like one thing per turn. I wish I knew where the rest of my dice were.
Mm-hmm.
They're in here somewhere, I hope. But yeah, this is a game that, see, look, no berries that time.
Oh.
But almost everything eats wheat, berries, and worms. Mm-hmm. So that's why there's a bunch of those. Well, there's not a bunch of berries because there's no double berry.
Oh.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, that almost reminds me of one of the dice/card games that we play. I got a game called Age of War for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
It looks like this. Oh,
very cool. I've seen that. I've never played it.
Yeah, I think I said it to you and said it's like $14 or something. Basically, it's based on Japan. You have to conquer like different towers and whatnot. And the portion at the end of the game has the most points wins. It's like 15-20 minutes a game. But yeah, the dice, you got swords are the most. You got archers and shoguns and horse people. But it's fun little thing.
Do you have to like roll the certain dice to get the right attack in, or?
Yeah, basically what you do is you got the card here. Basically what you do is you roll all the dice at once. There's like 6. You roll them all, and then you have to fill in one of these lines. So like if you rolled and the dice in the picture, say, you'd have to fill in. You can use the shogun head and then fill that line. Then you roll again. You lose a dice. You roll again and try to fill another line. If you can't fill the line, you keep losing a dice until you don't have any dice left. So the whole point is just to conquer the tower doing that. It was fun, something different to do with the family.
That's awesome. Bob would like to know what the age requirements are to that game, or what they recommend.
For this game, it says 14 and up. Probably for what's Wingspan? My game is 14 and up, but you could probably do it with under 14. My guess would just be because it's swords and bow and arrows. They probably, in conquering things, they don't want anyone too young. But yeah. It's just rolling dice, so really anyone that can understand dice and pictures could play it.
Wingspan's 10 and up. And we play with the whole family. My dad loves the game, and the kids love the game. It's really neat. Okay. My dad likes to, and all, I mean, there's literally that's literally probably shouldn't be put together. But there's probably like 20,000 bird cards. No, it can't be that many. 5,000 bird cards in there,
Okay.
and they're all birds from just North America.
Mhm.
And so there's different styles. Like my dad likes to play a hawk because he likes to eat other birds.
Mhm.
And then I like to play doves because they just have lots of babies. So,
Okay.
sorry, didn't mean to distract from the war game. Birds to
Now-
war games.
So what is the point behind Wingspan?
Well, what you're doing is each person has a board, and you want to fill out like a reserve, and you're trying to get 5 different types of birds to fill it out. And so you can have 5 different waterfowl, 5 different grass bird, and 5 different types of tree birds.
Okay.
And these are birds that generally live in those, like in a tree or whatnot.
Mhm.
And you score points at the end of the game by how many eggs your bird laid, how much food did your birds end up getting, how many birds your bird ate. Like my dad scores a lot of points because he eats a lot of birds. So it sounds terribly hard, and it seems very terribly hard when you see it.
I was gonna
at
say when I
first.
saw like the picture of it looks like a lot of stuff.
Once you learn this, like the order,
Mhm.
it's so easy.
Okay. Now there's an
But-
expansion, right?
Yes, and it's hard, just terrible.
You don't like the European birds?
Yeah. Normally, I would suggest I get every expansion there is to every game.
Mhm.
That is the worst expansion ever. See, this game, we like playing games that are kind of what we call friendly games.
Mhm.
We also play cooperative games. That means everybody's on the same side. But this is a friendly game where you're not killing other people's birds, you're killing birds from the pile.
Okay.
But the European style, you're killing other people's birds.
Oh.
Or you're stealing the other people's eggs, or you're stealing their
Okay.
food. And I mean, some people love being mean.
Right.
But my family, we like, we don't want anybody to hate each other.
You guys aren't big Monopoly players then.
Not much anymore. I mean, I used to play it a lot, but I mean, the kids, as soon as one kid is mean to my nieces and nephews, as soon as one's mean to another one, it means it's like game on.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
free
and they
fall.
ruin the other one's life.
Oh. Yeah.
So
That different. Yeah. We got like 13 different kinds of Monopoly. We play Cutthroat though, and Mom hates playing with me and my dad. So Zen has noticed your Beauty and the Beast poster behind you finally. It's been there every
Yes.
time you streamed. Now, did you get that when you worked at the movie theater?
I did get that when I worked at the movie theater years ago when I was in college. So let's see, what year did Beauty and the Beast cartoon come out? Do you want to type it up?
I'm gonna guess 93. I can Google it real quick though if you want me to.
Yeah, you do it. You're a lot quicker than me. I started working, I think, in 92 at the theater. I was
off. It was 91.
Oh, well, you see, I started work in 92, and I lasted till about 94 there. But we were like the cheap theater, the dollar show.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Last of the Mohicans and Cliffhanger were there on my first day. I remember that. But we had 12 houses. It was a pretty good-sized theater.
Yeah, like my sister up in Caribou, Maine, they have a small one. They've only got like 4 theaters in the whole place. It's just 4 projectors, and they got the old reclining chairs because it used to be when they had the military base up there. So the base guys would get off base, and they'd go to the movie theater, they'd recline, watch their movie. So, hey Chevy, how you doing? Chevy says hello to everybody.
Hey, Chevy.
Pug, you have the Star Wars 40th anniversary Monopoly. I have Star Wars Monopoly on the computer from the 90s. We've got the Clone Wars Monopoly for Star Wars. We've got the regular Star Wars Monopoly, and then we have a newer one with like the new people, but it's a team one. You got the lights. You got 2. It's 4-player only. There's the light side of the Force and the dark side, and there's actually cards where you can just steal someone's pieces through the
Who's the
Force.
other bad guy? You have Kylo Ren and
I
what?
think it's Kylo and Darth Vader, and it's Rey and Luke.
Oh,
Even though you know Darth Vader's dead, quote unquote. Spoiler alert. Sorry, everybody.
I was going to guess Captain Vesna.
No. It's really not much of a spoiler. If you haven't seen Return of the Jedi by now, then I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Hey, yeah. Well, I have, I think, one of the Star Wars Monopolies, but we used to play double board Monopoly.
Oh.
And we would take two Monopoly boards, and what we did is we took a highlighter and we highlighted the whole thing in orange highlighter
Mm-hmm.
and then the cards. So that way you could actually like quadruple your points.
Oh.
Like if you got all the trains, so there were 8 trains instead of 4.
There's a new Monopoly out now that's got 2 boards. It's got the main board, and then there's like an inner board. I don't know what it's called, but I know that
we set it. We set it up like a figure 8.
Oh,
so
okay.
The go to jail was in the middle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. We used to do that all the time, and I was actually thinking about that yesterday. It was like, man, I was a dorky high school kid when I was playing Monopoly with my friends.
We used to have Monopoly lights. We had Monopoly lights and Risk nights. Sometimes
okay.
we were manhunt kids, which is it's what the high schoolers call tag because we're trying to be cool and not play tag like 5-year-olds. It's basically hide and go seek with tag. Oh, hey, okay. Diego's here. How you going, Diego?
Hey, Diego. Super cool guy.
I gotta stop hanging out with the Australians. I keep saying how you going instead of how you doing.
Good day, Diego.
Daniel's fish keeping. How's it going over there?
Diego ate my baby. That almost works.
It's close. And yes, Diego, I have not gotten the plants yet from Dan's stream last week, but they should be here tomorrow, I'd hope. Rose sent me fish on Monday, and they didn't get it till yesterday, so USPS is a little slow this week, I guess. So I guess since we're kind of talking about Star Wars, Ed, what's your favorite Star Wars film?
Oh, man. Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, I was going to say, I'll let you pick one from the original trilogy and the prequels if you want.
Okay, well, I mean, I saw them all live because I'm old. But yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
And then I'd probably go Return of the Jedi and then New Hope.
Okay.
So I'm all old school.
You see, my favorite is Return of the Jedi.
Yep. What? Jabba's Cantina is awesome. I mean, amazing. I hate the killer bears.
You hate the Ewoks?
I hate Ewoks. And, you know, I started to like the Ewoks when I met Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. People didn't like him at all.
No?
Do you know the fan theory behind him?
Well, go ahead and tell me, because I might know.
That he was allegedly, when he was first written, supposed to be a Sith Lord.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
That whole thing. He was supposed to be Darth Jar Jar.
Yeah.
But then people hated him so much, they rewrote it.
I have a Jar Jar head in the basement. I should have brought it up. I'll bring it out next week.
Oh, why I just realized Nightbot is in here, too. Let me get him off of here.
I have a whole mess of Star Wars helmets also. I love Star Wars.
I was always more of a Star Trek person, personally. But I like them both.
I got the coolest Star Trek costume ever. I was at the Goodwill with my sister last year, and I found a Captain Kirk shirt, but it's like a medium boys.
Oh.
And I can squeeze into it, and I look so incredibly terrible. It is like the ultimate nerd outfit. It is just.
You look like this, Ed?
Well, it's actually the one that's yellow that has kind of almost the plaid squares.
Ah. Yeah, I got that one for a costume party one time. We got it off like an Etsy, I think. It was like $75 for that thing.
Yeah, it was mine was 75 cents. But mine barely fits. Well, it really doesn't.
I think that one's large and that one's small. But if it's, I can wear it. I'm renting both things on. I got a Star Trek shirt on. It also Beatles. If anyone knows this album, don't ask me the name because I can't remember. And then I got my Star Wars hat on. And then yes, nice. Zen says that I even have Star Trek return labels, which I do. Let me just cover my name here. We got all the ships on there.
Oh, nice.
That's that one's my favorite though. That one's Voyager. Kind of hard
Yeah.
to see. I grew up with Voyager. I grew up
Yeah,
when
I love
DS9
Voyager.
was winding down and Voyager was in its prime.
Not a fan of Janeway.
She's my favorite captain.
I hate her hair. She's got the worst hair.
Okay, yes. But her hair was up with that stupid bun. The show was awful.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like season 5 when her hair was like normal that she was good. Like that was.
I concur.
All of the later interviews I've seen with her, she hated the producers in like the first 2 seasons. She was like, "Guys, just let me do it my way," because they were kept trying to tell her how. I guess she said there was one like that first scene she shot. She said like literally every minute they were pausing frame, fixing her hair, and then having to reshoot. She was just like, "Can you just let me do my own?" Oh, because hi Anthony, how's it going?
Hey, Aunt. I wasn't a fan of Neelix either.
Yeah, he went through so much like the prosthesis and stuff on him. I don't know how he did it. Nathan Phillips, right? Yeah.
He was good, like in the later seasons when they were like barely writing him in, because like he actually like would save the crew and stuff. But when he was just always like trying to be everybody's hand butler or something,
yeah, he was like trying to do too much.
Just sucked up to everybody. I hated that.
I think Voyager's like most of the Star Treks, except original and Enterprise, since they didn't go past like season 4 or 5. Once it got to like season 5 of DS9, TNG, and Voyager, that's when they got good. Because you had all the establishment for the characters done, so they didn't have to keep building on everything.
Well, with Stargate, or not Stargate, Deep Star 9, it was when Sisko, was it Deep Star 9? Is that what it was called? Or Deep Star 6?
Deep Space 9.
Deep Space 9. When Sisko became Hawk from Spencer to Hire, did you ever see that show?
No.
That was an old, like, detective show from the 80s. But that actor played this really tough best friend that had the goatee and the shaved head.
Yeah.
And then he came on Star Trek and he was like this pacifist wimp.
Oh, yeah. He was.
But then he grew he shaved his head, got the goatee, and he was Hawk.
Yeah, that's what
and he was awesome. Crazy.
For some reason, whenever they change facial hair and hair features, the show gets better.
Yeah.
Like even in Next Gen, before pre-beard Riker was awful.
Yeah.
Then he had a beard and he was fine.
Yeah. Except when he sat. Yeah, I can't really demonstrate how he would sit, but I hated how the guy would always sit. Let's see. If you guys can see me here.
Well, there you go.
He would.
Yeah, I don't.
He
was always sideways. Yeah. He did the leg up thing.
Oh, it drove me nuts. And it's like, how can this cool guy sit like such a goober? But it was like he was trying to be I don't know, Don Juan or something.
Yeah, he was no.
He was so cool. Oh well.
I was just watching a video that actually labels him as the worst first officer in all of Star Trek history.
Oh.
Because he refused to leave the position, basically, is why people said that. Like, he was so obsessed with Picard and the Enterprise that he refused to take his own command and let up-and-coming officers have that privilege.
Well, you could say the same thing about Spock.
True, but he did eventually take over. I think he probably took, if you look, he probably took over sooner than Riker did in a command position. Because their mission was 5 years. I don't know how much time was between their last mission and the first movie, which we're not going to talk about the first Star Trek movie because it was, awful.
Just watch every other one.
We don't talk about the odd number movies.
Yeah.
Because for some reason the odd number Star Treks were just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a captain by the first movie, wasn't he? I think. Pretty sure he was a captain.
I don't remember.
Half of the crew became admirals at some point too. I don't know when that happened.
Yeah, Sulu is the coolest.
Well, Sulu, when
he's the coolest captain.
once he took over captain of the Excelsior, he refused to do any reunions. He was like, unless I can be a captain in the reunions, I'm not going to do reunion shows.
Oh,
He refused to be demoted.
well, I thought it was so cool when New Generations had their first movie against the Borg Cube.
Right.
And then Sulu comes in. And that was so cool to see Sulu come in. Yeah, I mean, maybe died, but it was still cool. I mean, he only died for a short period, but still.
Dragon Lair asked, what movie did they move the whales in? That would be The Voyage Home, which I think was number 4.
I think I was in 5th grade. I had seen Empire Strikes Back, and I was all excited to see another great Star Wars or space movie.
And then
the whales.
It's honestly, I think my favorite, Wrath of Khan's my favorite Star Trek movie from the original. Then it's Voyage Home. I think Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan is probably known as the best Star Trek movie. We're putting Zen to sleep. I don't think she likes sci-fi talk very much.
Or Zen.
But yes, it was Star Trek: The Voyage Home, which was number 4, because it was Wrath of Khan, which was 2. Search for Spock was 3. Then it was Voyage Home. Then it was, Then it was Final Frontier, which I don't know why.
Oh, well, the Whales was Dragon Lair's favorite movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's up. It's a tie for me, I think, between Wrath of Khan and that one.
I think they went back in time and they went to like our time in the 80s. Yeah, and that was kind of fun. But I think I wanted a lot of fighting and I didn't get it.
Well, Zen asked if tribbles count. It only counts if you know the name of the episodes. Choking on some water.
That's fine.
Yeah, unless you know the name of the episode. Yeah.
What was it?
Trouble with Tribbles, or was that the DS9 episode? Because
I think that was the DS9.
Oh gosh, I have to Google this now. No, it was Trouble with Tribbles.
Oh, okay.
I think the DS9 one was also called Trouble with Tribbles.
Oh. Maybe it's Double Trouble.
Yeah. Oh, it was called Trials and Tribulations. Okay.
No, they were cool.
That was a good episode of DS9.
They used to sell tribbles at JCPenney's.
Wow.
They were like in the middle of the hallway, and they had them for like a couple of years. They were like in a little cardboard box, and all the fur would come out, and you'd shake them, and they go. And I always wanted one, but my mom would never buy me one.
Well, she probably didn't want 1,000 tribbles.
It would have been great, though. I could have just laid on that on my bed.
A bed full of tribbles. That'd be something.
Wait, that would have solved all my clothing problems. I could have just skinned tribbles and always had a fur coat.
Think, why did the Klingons should have just done that instead of waging war on them?
Yeah. Oh well.
Put this away.
Yep. Well, you know what? I hate to change the subject.
Go right ahead.
I did, yeah, and we talked about games.
Yes.
There is one game though that I really did. That I really wanted to talk about. And this is terrible. I can't believe I just did this, but this is the game that I want to talk about.
Yes. Okay. Go right ahead.
Has anybody here played Codenames Pictures? And it's the pictures. You don't want words, because words are no fun. You can get Simpsons, Marvel, Harry Potter, some other stupid stuff. You don't want any of that. I'm all by myself.
You're good. I'm still here.
The pictures are amazing. And this is a great game for, I would say 6 or more people. Because you want to have 2 teams of 3. And as you can see on the back of the box, there's a red team and a blue team. And it's a lot like concentration. You lay all these cards all over the box or all over your table, and then you have one person on each team. They have to give like a code name to try to get you to pick it. So like, let's just look at this box, and I'm gonna say Brian, pick, or no, I'd say one dinosaur. So what would you pick?
The kangaroo-looking thing with a stegosaurus.
Right. So super easy. But let's say I say 4 wings.
I got 2 that come to mind. Oh, there's 3. Dang. The windmill?
Yes.
Okay. You got the snowman there. It's got 4 wings too, right?
Yep.
And the ladybug?
That's one. Okay, you have one more. So I said 4 wings. The first one is how many cards you're supposed to guess.
Oh, okay.
And then the second one is the code, the word.
Okay. So the piggy bank then.
Yeah. And you see, you just never know. And the photos or these drawings are so neat. I mean, they're just so weird.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and you flip them around to the backside, and like, I mean, that's like some creepy fairies on a power line. I mean, it's just that you don't want to look too close at these photos because they're weird, but you also want to look at them as close as possible because you don't want to get, like a puffer ornament. It's just all weird stuff.
So you're never going to play the same game twice, basically.
Never.
I love games
like
that.
You have all these with the weird words, and you got to come up with the word yourself. But then there's another card, and this is what the card that the 2 people that are giving hints, this is what they look at. So, like, you have on your table 5x4 pictures on the table, and the person that's blue wants to try to guess all the pictures that would match the blue spots on here.
Okay, cool.
So, but do you see there's a black one up there also?
Yes.
And we call that the black ball, even though it's not a black ball. But if you guess that one, you automatically lose.
Okay.
So it just throws an extra.
So it's kind of like Password meets Guess Who meets Minesweeper.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. Like I said, I think I bought that game for my cousins for Christmas this past year. Or I was going to, and they didn't have it or something. So it looked interesting, but Target only had the 1 copy at the time.
And I hope it was the pictures and not the words. Because that would be terrible. This is like the red team. They've got to lay all their cards to cover them up. They got like creepy looking spies or something.
So they kind of look like the animations from Archer.
Yeah, they do. I've thought that before. But nobody in my family knows who Archer is. So.
This is code names, Jessica. Here, I'll put the...
Or like an old Batman.
Where's my button? There's my button. I'm talking about this game right here, Jessica. Also, hello, Jessica Taylor. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, hi, Jessica.
Oh, Peter says, no stream this Sunday. Great, I can sleep in, Peter. Thanks.
Watch, this will be a Sunday that I'm actually up for it.
Yeah, me too.
So terrible. I hate missing his live streams. I think I've made 1.
Yeah, I made this. I woke up like halfway through this last Sundays. I always say I'm either up for live streams or I sleep through them.
This is the best $15 that you can invest if you're going to have a group of people at your house.
How many does it play?
It says 2 to 8.
Okay.
But honestly, I bet you could do more.
I was going to say you can probably modify it, because I know there's some games that I play that we've modified to accommodate more people than the box says we could.
2 to 8 would be... 2 would be terrible. Don't play 2. Because basically you'd be trying to get the other your opponent to guess things, and if he didn't want to win, he would guess the wrong things.
Right. Yeah.
Don't play 2. That's stupid.
Oh, 3 might be. You could have like the 1 per or something. I don't know. You got to play with even numbers, or could you do an odd number?
I would highly recommend to go with teams.
Okay. See, we were a family of 3 going up, so we had to always play with an odd number.
Yeah. That's too bad. You should have had a friend.
Well, I have a sister. It's just, 15 and a half year difference, and she's 500 miles in Maine.
Yeah.
Hey, Fish Pappy, Cards Against Humanity is the only game I'll play. That's what Fish Pappy says.
I have never played that. I've heard lots of great things. And
never played Cards Against Humanity? Have you
played
Apple? I have all the time. We used to play all the time in high school and college. Do you ever play Apples to Apples? It's kind of like the non-30 version of Cards Against Humanity.
I have.
Okay, well, that counts then.
Okay.
Because it's basically the exact same game. You're just not filling in a blank, or you are. It's been a while since I played Apples to Apples.
Okay.
And Pam is here. Hello, Punchy Paints. Of course, Pam plays Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, she is. She's probably one of the cards.
Well, you got the blank cards now. I'm not familiar with that game, Pug.
What game is Pug talking about?
Loteria? Loteria? I don't think
I don't know.
heard that before.
I am going to write it down and check it out.
But how close was I to getting the name right, Pug? Let's see. According to Google, if this is the right game, it says a traditional game of chance similar to bingo, but using images on deck cards instead of numbered ping pong balls. Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse's back. I hope your meeting went well, Jesse. Thanks for coming back. Now, I think I've mentioned this game to you before. Did I mention Coup Rebellion to you?
Cougar Rebellion?
Coup Rebellion?
No.
I just put the picture up there.
Oh, Cool Rebellion. Or Coop.
It's
like
coup.
Corp.
Well, you know how when there's like a coup and you overthrow the government? It's spelled coup.
Oh, okay, Coop.
Coup. But yeah, it's another. It's a card. It's a card game of deceit, basically. So you pick different. There's money people. There's spy people. There's assassins, and then there's just like weird people. You pick one from each category. They get like a community thing in front of the table. Everyone gets 2 cards, and basically you go around the table. You either take money or you do what one of your cards says. But you can lie and say you're one of the other people. So like,
gotcha.
There's one that's like a farmer where you can take 2 of the coins and give one to someone else. But if you don't have that card, but you want the money, you say, I'm a farmer, you do what the farmer card does, and then people can call you on it. So if they call you on your BS and you're lying, you actually lose one of your lives. But
nice.
If you're not lying, the person that called you out loses one of theirs. So it's kind of a fun little game. It's another quick one. It takes like 15, 20 minutes around.
Kind of like Werewolf.
I think that might be made by the same people, actually.
Werewolf's pretty cool because I think like up to 72 people can play.
Wow. Yeah, Coup I think is slated 2 to 6, but we've modified it to where you can play 8 to 10 or probably more. You just keep adding more of those cards in the middle. Hello, Mr. Zen. Thank you for stopping by on your busy day of work.
Hi, Mr. Zen.
Let's see, Zen says she don't play BS games. Too much remembering.
BS. Boy sports.
We played. There was a game where it was with cards and it was called BS. I don't remember what you did.
When I was at the Big Fish deal, I got everybody to play the Great Down Moody.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that game?
I have.
It's been out of print for maybe 20 years.
Wow.
But it's a great college game that we used to play in college. And you learn it really fast. I think Amber won twice. Mike from Fish Tank Barn and Susie Q. The 4 times we played. I
Okay.
couldn't believe I never won because normally I'm pretty good. And I was teaching them, But
Yeah.
oh well. It was fun.
So I'm assuming it's a card game.
Yes.
Wait, what's the closest card game that we have that's whippy to it?
Man, I don't know. The whole concept is to be the Great Dalmoody.
Okay.
The Great Dalmoody gets to steal 2 cards from the greater peon. The lesser peon loses 1 card to the lesser Dalmoody, and then everybody else is just citizens. They don't lose any cards. The concept is to get rid of all your cards. The lesser peon has to shuffle and deal, and the greater peon has to get everybody drinks.
Okay.
And snacks. So that's the whole thing. Is you don't want to be the guy getting drinks and snacks.
Okay, that sounds different.
Yeah.
We played Egyptian rat screw. Yeah, it's basically you play it with a regular deck of cards. It's kind of like war. All I remember was we would throw cards out, and then if it was you slapped it or something. I don't remember. It was some stupid game people came up with. Hello, James from Fish and Fever. How are you doing today?
James played the game.
You missed most of it. What do you mean? This isn't over yet, James.
Yeah, now that you're here, it's just starting.
Yeah, goodbye, everybody.
Let's start back. What was the first thing we started talking about? Wingspan.
Yes.
I've pitched Wingspan enough. You pitch your Japanese war game.
Yes, I did. It's cheap too. It's $15 on Amazon.
Oh wow!
And like I said, the games are really quick. Well,
I've got some type of Japanese game I got for Christmas. I've never opened it up.
Is it Japanese chess?
No, I don't know what it is.
Oh, I haven't. Go ahead.
It has like a junk on it or something.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll go get it. It's literally 5 feet away.
Okay. Hello, Chris John. I'm not sure if I said hello to you before. Oh, I hear noises. Did I break something?
It's this game. Has anyone played this? Tosoro. I'm going to say it's Tosoro. You know what? My brother's in the other room, and he actually sells games. Hey, Tim.
Oh, I think I've seen this before. I want to say it's on my Amazon wish list.
My sister said it's really good. Let me yell at my brother. Because literally, he worked at the biggest game shop in St. Louis.
Peterson's one of my favorites, so I think he's played it before.
Oh,
I'm assuming he's talking about this. Yeah, he said one of my favorites, so I'm assuming this is one of the ones he's talked about or played.
I'm trying to find where he's. Oh, he says one of my favorites.
Play it all the time.
Play it all the time. Well, darn it. I won't give my brother.
You'll have to show us how to play it then, Peter. I'm sure we could put something up on a stream or something, even if it's just on StreamYards and we just play a game somehow through webcam.
Well, when I get my fish room completely done, I have a poker table, and I don't really play much poker, but I play lots of games.
Okay.
And so that's going to be kind of my game room / fish room. Okay.
I've been known to play a hand or two of poker.
Okay. Not really me, but I'll try. I would rather play a board game.
5-card is my game of choice, though I will play Texas Hold'em if that's what people want to play.
Texas Hold'em or Omaha for me.
Okay.
But
when we go to the casino, I play jacks or better at the casino.
The casino, I normally just go and eat.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure the casinos don't like me because I don't like to do much.
Benny is here. Benny, isn't it like 6 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand? What are you doing up?
Benny's awesome. Thanks, man, for coming.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, Benny. I think this is going to become a somewhat regular thing if this is received well enough.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about all the goofy stuff. Eventually, I'd like to start painting while we do this.
Okay.
I'd like to paint like the little figurines and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a variety show. It's pretty much everything. I know
Yep.
Bob said there wouldn't be fish, but you've got a fish tank.
Yep. And next week we'll have a whole bunch of fish behind me. Hopefully.
Good.
If I can get some 20-gallon longs.
Well,
I'm thinking about driving to Knoxville maybe.
Okay.
If they don't get shipped here.
Well, I mean, I'm sure James could pick you some up at his fish store.
Yeah.
He seems to live there.
Well, the dollar per gallon sale though is only at Petco's, and there's only two Petco's in all of Knoxville.
Wow,
I couldn't
really?
believe it. Yeah.
How big is Knoxville?
I think it's about 600,000. Chattanooga is 500,000. We're the fourth biggest city in the state, and they're the third.
Okay.
And then Nashville is I think Nashville's 2.5 million, just slightly above Memphis.
Okay.
So,
As I say, our cities are smaller here because Connecticut's like a tiny little square thing. But I've got within driving distance of my house, probably 4 or 5 Petco's within an hour.
Well, I have about 6 of them in an hour and a half.
Okay.
And actually, if you would count Knoxville, because when I was trying to find it on, find tanks, it took me all the way down to Georgia. And so we have the 3 here, 2 in Georgia. I guess there's 5 there and 2 in Knoxville, all within an hour and a half. Yeah, and the Knoxville ones wouldn't come up as having them or not. So James is going to go look for me. The Petco that's by Bob, that one said their shipment was delayed till Saturday. Oh. So I'm going to go. Well, I'm not going to go on Saturday because I have my 2 nieces coming over and we're going to play games.
Oh,
are you my brother
with them?
What's that?
You're going to play Cthulhu with them?
I taught both of them how to play Cthulhu yesterday, so possibly.
Okay.
But Cthulhu is a great game. Cthulhu May Die is what it's called. And it's way too in-depth to just go over without anything really. But,
this
there it is.
Right?
Yeah.
I may have been prepared to have you talk about this.
Well, I bought the whole Kickstarter.
Okay.
That came with every single thing. So it came with a figurine that's 2.5 feet tall.
Wow.
Of Cthulhu, which is just awesome. Sean Peck has painted almost all of his, and they look amazing. Mine aren't painted yet. That's what I'd like to start painting next week.
Okay. I gotta pause you here. Bob has a question for you.
Oh, sure.
He says, what size and how many? To which then followed up with personal questions, Bob.
Oh, I need at least 7 more 20 longs. And then I can't really buy 10-gallon tanks until I start cleaning the ones that I have that are dirty, sitting dry. But I need about 6 or 7 more 10s. Okay. But I really need to do my job and take a hose to my 10s and clean them out real good. And oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I should probably get at least 110 because I'm trying to split those guppies up now.
Oh yeah.
Because I've got my purples somehow created oranges, so I've got a dozen orange tiger mosaic guppies now.
Well, that's awesome.
I don't know how purple goes to orange, but whatever.
Yep. Yep. And what I want to do is that all my guppies that are in 7s now, are in 7s, in 20 longs right now, I want to redo all their tanks. Mm-hmm. So I've been slowly moving the new tanks in, and then I'm going to take their old tanks and just hose them completely out and start over because I want to try to kill all the duckweed. Okay. I hate the duckweed.
I've managed to kill the duckweed Peter sent me, so I can just come touch your tanks. It'll probably die.
I would pay to have you do that. Do you need duckweed?
I not really. It came with the plants he sent me, so I wasn't complaining. I was like, this is fine. I don't care. And then it just all died. Everyone's like, you
That's
can't
awesome.
kill duckweed, and I somehow managed to.
Well, did you splash a lot of water on it, or
No, I didn't really. I just kind of threw the plants in and let it do its thing, and its thing apparently was to die. I don't know what happened. The other floater plants in there are doing fine.
well, maybe they're just tougher.
Maybe.
I
Yeah,
don't,
I've got red root floaters in there. I love the red root floaters. Probably my favorite floating plant.
they must absorb everything out of the water before the duckweed.
I have it in my African cichlid tank, which is a standard 30-gallon tank. I put a piece of airline tubing down the middle. It has since grown over and is now taking over the whole 30-gallon. And everyone's like, the African cichlids are going to eat those, and well, clearly they're not.
That is so cool. You got like a Pikachu that comes on your screen when somebody subs.
I set that up. That's a little thing I took over from my Twitch. I wanted to put all the little things in there.
That's cool. Well, I just like subbed to you for the first time on my second account.
Okay.
So that way I was able to get on here. For some reason, I can only talk on my second account.
That is weird.
That was the whole reason why I started the second account, and it's the Chattanooga Ed. So when I subbed to you today and it said the Chattanooga Ed, I didn't want you to feel like he's never been subbed to me.
See, Daniel says I had to figure out what I did to kill it because I might have the holy grail in fish keeping. I don't know. For some reason, the only floating plant I can get to grow is the red root floaters. I don't know if it's just the hardiest version. Like, I had the water spangles in my guppy tank. That tank's been set up now since January, and it just finally now started to propagate. I don't know. I must have had the water flow up too high or something. I don't know.
What light do you have on it?
Just the standard LED that comes with the PetSmart tanks.
Okay.
But
I know
enough to grow the other ones, so.
Well, the standard what I'm not saying your standard. I have one like generic one, and it's good for growing guppy grass, but it won't grow the duckweed.
That's okay, maybe that's why then.
So I think it likes a little bit more light.
Maybe. I know the red root floaters, Blake said like high light, but they seem to be doing okay. Like to get the deep reds, they like it, but it's growing fine in my tanks with just the PetSmart ones. Like everyone's like, oh, you need really good lights, and I'm like, the PetSmart lights seem to be doing okay with growing anything I've bought from the co-op. So I don't see the need to buy the more expensive lights right now. But if I want to get in like the high-end plants, then yes, I would probably get a nice Fluval or something. Let's see.
Yeah.
Shay has some questions for us. Her first one is, who wins, Captain America or Iron Man? I was Team Iron Man for Civil War, so.
Probably Iron Man.
Yeah, that's my best guess too. I would say Iron Man would win. If it was a one-on-one and Tony wasn't completely exhausted and lost half a suit.
Yeah. Or
yeah,
if they were both naked, I would give it to Captain America.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't beat the tech.
No, you can't. I mean, I guess his shield can deflect the whatever he shoots out of his hands. I don't know what kind of weapon it is.
Oh my god, that is one of my biggest beefs. I hate that. Where the movies are trying to make it so they're more of a team. So it's like, Tony, blast me. And he uses his shield to deflect his blast. Well, why doesn't Tony just blast?
I know.
Directly. Why is he?
I mean, I guess like, oh, he's at a weird angle. Let me just purposely put my shield. Not that my weapon can't go through solid metal.
Oh. That's one of my biggest beefs. That drove me nuts.
So I was never much of a comic book reader. So I was never super into like the Marvel movies when they first came out. I loved the Iron Man movies. Wasn't too big on the Hulk.
Well, those movies were terrible.
I liked the Captain America, the first movie. Winter Soldier was in my opinion.
I liked it. The last
Then-
Iron Man movie wasn't very good. It was a sellout.
one? Which one was the last one?
It's the last one's where he blows up like 48 suits
Oh,
of armor.
yeah, he blew all his suits up to make Pepper feel better or something.
Yeah, I don't. It was stupid. And the Mandarin was in there, and he was just an actor. He wasn't even a real bad guy, which was stupid. I don't know. I'm a big comic book nerd, though, so.
Unfortunately, James, you're outnumbered because all three of us voted Iron Man. So, sorry, but Captain America's going down.
Bob says the writers have to be paid, and I agree.
True.
But you know what? These writers are pretty bad, so maybe they don't deserve to be paid.
Well, it depends on which movies. They're not that bad in all of them, but there's some that are just why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really love the Marvel movies, just about all of the new ones that Disney's done, except for Captain Marvel.
Oh, I have refused to see that one.
Yeah. And I feel sorry for Stan Lee because when he took over Marvel, he didn't like Captain Marvel. He didn't like Superman. He didn't want to have an almighty superhero.
Yeah.
So the first thing he did was he gave her the coma. He had Rogue from the X-Men.
Right.
Sucked her power out and sucked so much power out of her, she went into a coma, and that's how Rogue has super strength and can fly. And I think it's kind of neat in the X-Men movie, she can't fly or doesn't have super strength, and she never sucked the power out of her. Most people don't know that that's how Rogue got the power.
I was going to say, I didn't know that. I forgot that X-Men and Marvel were in the same universe for a while there, just because the movies never overlap.
Yeah. Well, that's because Sony and Disney.
I'm so glad that they figured their crap out for Spider-Man, because if we were going to lose Tom Holland, who I think is probably the best Spider-Man out of the three we've had lately.
He's amazing.
It can't be. He's got like the best of Tobey Maguire and whoever the other guy is, who I can't remember.
Garfield.
Yeah. Okay.
Garfield was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, you know what? He's got the best of Garfield because Garfield's British also.
There you go.
And he's the only Spider-Man with short legs I've ever seen. I mean, I'm like built like the Hulk. I've got short legs. I can't be a Spider-Man because I got like little legs. But Spider-Man normally has like legs that are like all over the place, and it's just awesome. And I remember watching that Garfield sitting on the top of a building like Spider-Man does, and he just was all body, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Okay.
They couldn't find a guy that did. Unbelievable.
I believe she had another question. Or was it a question, or are you making a statement that Bulbasaur is better than Pikachu? There, Shy. Because I'm gonna have to disagree with you, but I'm also biased because I got like 4 Pikachus right there.
My favorite, I like. I think Jigglypuff is my favorite.
Okay.
I actually have a Jigglypuff costume too.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say I have a Jigglypuff tattoo, and I was gonna be impressed.
Oh, but you aren't impressed with my costume?
You're gonna wear that to which event is on Halloween weekend now, if it's gonna happen?
Aquashella.
Okay, you're gonna wear your Pikachu or your Jigglypuff contest?
Probably not.
I was gonna say I'll let you. I've got. Oh, let's see. I got the original starters on my arm, plus Pikachu, of course.
Nice.
Let's see. Fish Pappy had a question. He said, "What actually did we all win for Project Fossilia?" So,
what category?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I know the best. It was supposed to be best picture, best video, and best art won the Plant Packers from Diego at Petsotics, and they won the River Life art, and they won the certificate. Correct?
Yes, but because Prongy couldn't get the plants, we were going to send Diego's package. He was going to send to Prongy to
Jesse. So there was plants, the certificate, the art, and then Jesse also won the trophy for being best in. And then the picture for Priscilla.
Yep. And he also won some fish from Stephen Conroy and Chevy Fish.
Okay.
He won a
mug, right?
a mug, Chattanooga Ed and Fish Room Fever mug, and I wanted to be a t-shirt. I just didn't get my t-shirts made.
And Ed, where can people get those snazzy mugs from?
This is on the Fish Room Fever Teesprings website. And there's also a lot of fun stuff on there too. Bam. This is the only Chattanooga Ed possible thing you can find. Other than my stickers.
Collectible.
Collectible.
And then I got your sticker on my fish tank now.
Bob Taylor, I think, sent a set of guppies to the art person, maybe too.
River Life winner, I believe, was who was getting those.
Oh, that's that.
So yes.
So
there's your answer, Fish Pappy. I think I put that on the. I might not have put it on the Facebook page, but I can probably update it to say what people won. But the sponsors are on the Facebook page anyway.
Was Fish Pappy one of the winners?
I'm not. That might be Chuck. I'm not sure. Fish Pappy, Chuck. Chuck was our art winner. I'm not sure. I know he said he had a Facebook.
Awesome.
I know he said he has a YouTube now, so I don't know if that's him or not. My guess would be maybe.
Well, I don't know the names of all the people. I know the Jesse and the Prongy, but I don't know who won the photo and the art, I guess.
Art was Chuck, and then the picture, I think her name was Clary.
Awesome.
Yes, it was Clary. It was Clary with the albino guppy, or albino galaxy guppy. So I'm hoping for our next one, we won't just get one fish. I'm hoping there'll be some gouramis in there. Maybe a couple paradise fish. I know Rack was excited about the paradise fish being included. I know I bought a gourami just so I can post pictures of it for the event.
That's awesome. Well,
never opened them before, so.
Yeah, why don't we talk about project app? Oh gosh, I almost need to see the wording to try to figure out what I'm trying to say.
In the chat, Ed.
It's in the chat. Are you sure it's in the chat?
It should be. I put it in there.
Oh, you put it in there? Oh, okay. Anabantoid.
There you go.
I have such a hard time unless I see the word. Project Anabantoid. And you know what? I'm like on the StreamYard chat, so I think it just popped.
Yeah.
I was looking.
Yeah,
but nevertheless. Oh, there it is. Project Anabantoid is the next group of competition. Like last was the guppies and the live bears. This one is the group that consists of bettas, wild and domestic, gouramis, and paradise fish.
That is correct.
And we would like everybody to submit their entries to the Project Anabantoid Facebook page. Last time it was really hard for our people to search all over the place to get everything. So this will just make it easier, and everybody can. Are people going to be able to see the entries as they come in, or is it?
The group is public. What we're going to actually, when you submit an entry this time, we're actually going to have you email it to a Gmail I set up. But you're still allowed to post. You can still clearly post your stuff on the social medias. Just this way to keep it easier and everything's in one place. I've set up an email that people can just email their stuff to.
Now, is it going to be like? Is their names are going to be on it, or will it all be private?
Well, since this time, I'm trying to leave any like bias out of what might. I know I took the names and stuff off for the other thing, but this time I think I'm just gonna. I'll be the only one that knows people's names, basically, or I'll have someone else compile them all so that I don't even know. But yes, people can still post it and whatnot on the Facebook page.
Dragon Layer's giving me a hard time about the swordtails and platies. For the longest time, when I was first pitching the Basilia, I was throwing in swordtails and platies. My bad. I probably threw in Goodiots in there too.
Yeah, I think when it first started, we were kind of like it's live bearers, and then it was, oh wait, no, it's just guppies, mollies, and endlers.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those that aren't aware, it starts August 1st at midnight. So literally, once the clock strikes midnight that morning, you can start submitting what you want.
And then James and I are, for the month, we're going to be celebrating the month by making a beta wall. And we're going to see who makes the better wall.
Okay, and then the community is going to vote who wins, right?
Yeah, they can. I don't care. And we're going to also, we're going to give out all the details. We're going to make videos, put them out once a week of our progression. And we're going to let everybody know how much we're spending and how to do it.
Okay.
And so if the community doesn't care about price, then maybe if James puts $1,500 in his, they might vote for his. And if I put $6.52 in the mine and they think that's cool, maybe they'll vote for me for that. I don't know. I'm not going to say his is going to be that expensive or mine's going to be that cheap. Right. But I'm trying to do it economically.
Right. And so other people could do it if they wanted to
and
without breaking the bank. Okay.
Yeah, my 3 goals are effectiveness. So I want to keep the water clean and keep the fish happy. I want it to look cool. And that's going to be, I think, the biggest challenge. And then cost.
Okay.
And basically, the cost isn't that much of a challenge because I'm just trying to go as cheap as possible. And if I have to spend money, then I spend money.
Okay.
But, yeah, so looking cool is going to be the biggest challenge. And James is going to actually help me make it effective. Okay. Because he's good at sumps and stuff. Okay. And this is going to be my first sump system I've ever had.
Okay. I've never owned one either, so I get the basic premise of it.
Yeah.
Like when I was going to do my shrimp, I was going to set something kind of up like that so they all shared one central water and filtration source. I was going to get like 5 or 6 like small like 10-gallon tanks, and then I was going to get a small water pump and then use like the T adapters for airline and have it so it circulated all the way through with one exit in each tank for the water. I don't know if it was going to work, but that's what I was going to do.
It wouldn't. You would have shrimplets everywhere because they're so small.
Okay, yeah.
So that's a major problem with shrimp, hooking them all up.
Yeah, I don't mind shrimp if never red for me.
It would be cool, but it's better with shrimp to keep them all in separate tanks.
Yeah. I was just trying to save outlet space if I had like 5 shrimp tanks in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Because I got one of those like tower strip things with like 18 plugs on it. That's full. I've got another 2 6 things that are full. My dad put on my own 20 amp circuit.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Well, maybe you could do central air. You could do a central air system. Just have one air pump.
I was gonna do the
Dean-Story
special with the PVC pipe, where they put the one air pump and then just split all the air off of it. I just got to get around to buying the pump.
Yep, that's cool. And then just heat your room.
Oh God, no! I can't live in anything over 70 degrees. I'm not built for the heat.
How about this? You hook your computer up somehow to your tank.
Exhaust, just the exhaust air.
But have it also blow. So they used to have these computers. They called them hydro cooled.
Mm-hmm. The old water.
So you basically have a real hydro cooling fish tank computer.
That is, I could, yes. That would require a lot of tubing. Plus, the problem is I got a tank all the way on the other side of the room that's nowhere near anything else. I've got an extension cord on that wall behind me that runs under my bed to my African cichlid tank so I can power it.
I understand. I totally do. But yeah, so you guys, that's a Project Anabantoid.
Yes.
And we hope everybody enters. You know, a lot of people were talking about it, and I bet you I had as many people that entered ask me after
the date, right?
Yeah. Was the last date June 1st?
The last date was May 31st at 11:59 p.m. And people were submitting stuff the next day, and I'm like, I messaged in, and I'm like, well, technically these people submitted it after, and so I was my decision. I didn't include people if they did it after because we set the date. Maybe we'll be a little more lenient this time, but we'll see how it goes. And I can special
I don't
announce.
think we should.
Okay, we'll stick with it.
I think you set a date and you stick at it.
Yeah, we've got.
But all those people that complain about it the next day, don't
a whole
just
month.
do it the week before.
Yeah, a whole month. we got it from August 1st at midnight all the way to the 31st at 11:59:59. And I can announce our special judge, Ed. She said it was okay.
Oh, and this is your show, so you have the right.
So, special Project Anabantoy announcement here. We have a super special judge that's going to be joining us this time. You all know her. You see her every Thursday night. It's Lisa from KG Tropicals.
Did that sound like a crowd yelling?
Sort of. And she will be also supplying extreme fish food to our picture, video, and art winners.
Oh, awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we get even a lot more exposure.
I'm hoping we do.
Yep. Because we want to make Lefty do as much work as possible.
Setting up the Facebook page is easy. It was just getting all those entries from the Facilia one was because we had them posted everywhere. Luckily enough, most were posted on the Facebook. There were only like a handful that were on other places, but I gotta say, I did expect we'd have more though for Facilia. Just with how much it was talked about, I thought we'd have a lot more.
Yep. Well, I think everybody attended to, and then they didn't.
Yeah, because I know even Lisa said she was going to post stuff, and I think they just got busy and she forgot.
Yeah. Well, literally, well, maybe not 20, maybe 15. But I had that many people tell me they wanted to enter still after the fact. And if every one of us had people like that, you know.
Well, I know there were people on Rack's live stream that were like, "Oh, is it still open?" And he did slip up one time, but then Zen and I were like, "Oh no, it's actually closed." But like, I'm like, you guys we talked about it for like 2 months.
Yeah. I'm actually doing another competition, and I don't know if I should be even talking about it because now you guys are all going to compete against me. But Flugel is doing a cardboard fish tank.
Oh.
And you make a cardboard fish tank, and the top 5 winners win Flugel Edge. Or maybe not edges, maybe it's the bow front, whatever that's called. The Fission or Fusion.
Yeah, I know nothing about Flugel, so.
It's a 9-gallon tank, but it's like $99. And I thought it'd be neat to try to win.
Okay.
Do you see it? Are you like typing it up?
I'm looking to see if I can find it.
And I think that's up at the end of August.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of time. Oh, it's the Flugel Flex. James knows about it.
Oh, okay. The Flex. Looking here. I will say I love their bug bites.
I don't.
Same company. You don't like Flugel bug bites?
They gave them to me free too, and my fish still don't eat them.
Which ones did they give you by chance?
The fly larva.
Was it the flakes or the pellet?
The pellet.
Okay, because I have these 3. I have the Betta one, which my fish love. They're nice and tiny. I have the bottom feeder one, which was the first one I got. And then I have the tropical formula, which are nice and small too. And all 3 my fish love.
I think I have the tropical formula.
I will say I like the bottom feeder slightly more because it's a bigger pellet.
Yeah, I would like that too. Because, no wonder I can't find my thing. I'm way low. Because I like to feed my corridoras. That stuff. I'm trying to find this competition, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking to. I'm not having any. Is it called the Box Aquarium?
The Box Aquarium.
that it? Come on, let me. Yes, I accept your cookies. I hate when they do this.
I'm a friend of theirs on Instagram, and that's how I found out about it.
Let's
Or I
see.
follow them. I don't know if you're friends.
Oh,
Whatever.
win 1 of 5 Flex Aquariums.
Yes.
Let me see if I hear. Let me. Whoop. Is this it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop looking for it.
So let's see. Build a cardboard box aquarium using any material you have at home and submit a photo of your creation to be entered for a chance to win the real thing. On August 3rd, Fluval will
Oh,
select
August 3rd.
5 lucky participants at random to receive their very own Flex 9 US gallon / 34 liter glass aquarium kit valued at 99.99 USD. Oh, I can breathe now.
And look at that photo. It looks like a bunch of kids doing it.
Yep.
I like competition like that.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Taking on kids.
Well, you took on kids in your oh, that's loud. You took on kids in your aquascaping contest, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Did you give them crazy glue or something?
I did. I was actually, and you know what? It sounds terrible because I got first place, but the second and third were the kids. But that was because I gave them the crazy glue. I think everybody else didn't have crazy glue, and so that's probably why I won. But still, mine looked totally different from everybody else's. Well, one other person had crazy glue.
Let me guess.
But we won't mention his name.
Now, that I saw James's video of that thing. I would hate working with that substrate they gave you guys.
It was terrible.
Those little like beady ball. I would hate that stuff.
Well, and I had another advantage too, is I brought water and a spray bottle, and so I like hosed that stuff down a lot to try to weigh it down. And other people were using it dry, so
okay,
that helped me.
I just was watching James try to push things down into it, and it was just like constantly falling out from underneath them.
Yeah, it was like the insides of a Bing bag. But yeah, they all thought that my mist bottle was for misting the plants so they wouldn't wilt. No, it was for misting the substrate to make it heavier. And, you know, okay, I'm a dirtbag for doing some little tricks, but I won, so that's all that matters. I wasn't the one teaching the class.
That is true.
The lady teaching the class told everybody to make like a bouquet in the middle of and they were all real nice flower or not plants and everything. And they all looked really nice.
Well, I thought the rule is don't go with like the middle central thing when you're aquascaping. Aren't you supposed to like off center stuff or something?
Well, the thing is when you're only using a 7.5 gallon tank, it's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
But I did do that. What I did was I made like a mountain. I made like a landscape. When everybody else made bouquets.
Okay.
And so when people, mainly kids and stuff, when they looked into mine, they felt like they were there, or like imagining they were somewhere else. And I think that's why a lot of people liked mine, because I was just trying to make it look like a mountain instead of.
Yeah. Was it? I've seen like the professional aquascaping videos, and they're always like, as Bob says, the rule of thirds. And then I'm thinking in my head, if we're trying to replicate nature inside of a glass box, I don't think nature really has a rule. Things just kind of fall where they fall. Like a tree isn't thinking, ooh, rule of thirds, I have to fall here. It just falls in the water.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and one of my concepts was I also wanted to make sure that you would see my shrimp.
Okay.
And because, a lot of people put a lot of stuff in, and they supplied everything. Right. I mean, the only thing that we supplied was glue and water. Okay. And tweezers. And so that was, your material, your tools you could bring, but you weren't allowed to bring like supplies.
Okay, no plants or rocks or anything. Or
Right.
wood.
So they gave lots of plants out, and I only picked one plant,
Mhm.
and I picked the worst wood because I didn't want much wood in there because I wanted to make it look like a mountain.
Right.
And yeah, it worked. And a lot of the people that like had this mindset of how it's supposed to be looked at mine and would laugh, and they would like, it's terrible. And then it kicked ass because it was so different.
Right. Yeah. If you're gonna get the same like thing, and then you got this one that's original and out of the box.
And the lady like gave everybody 5 shrimp each, but I was the last one. She only gave me 3. I only had 3 shrimp.
Jesse's asking, could you hoard all the hardscape?
No, you're only allowed 2 pieces of wood and 2 rocks. And I traded a wood for a rock, so I had 3 rocks.
I was gonna say, I think when I saw James' video, she like had you guys go up one at a time to grab things, right?
Yeah. And then nobody, and she also said, nobody take this rock because it was all dragonstone and it was the stuff that was the most straight cut. And so that was the stuff I took. I wanted to be so different. But you see, it made a good side of a mountain because it was a flat cut. Yeah. And so I stacked the flat cuts. And it worked.
Yeah, I was, because I got my stone on the co-op when I was doing my African cichlid tank. And I was hemming and hawing between the Dragonstone and the Cirrus Stone. I only went with the Dragonstone because it's lighter, and the tank is on a what you put your clothes in. Why can't I think of the name?
A dresser?
Yeah, it's on top of a dresser. And I wasn't sure of what the weight limit was for the dresser. So since I was already putting like 30 pounds of sand in it, I didn't want to get super heavy rock. So I went with Dragon. I kind of regret going with Dragonstone because it is so jagged. But it is what it is. They haven't really hurt themselves, so.
Yeah, I ended up, nobody wanted one of the other bricks. I ended up with 4 bricks, basically. And it worked.
Okay, good. Now,
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Finish your story. Go ahead.
Well, and then with the plants, they had probably 25 different types of plants. And I went with the stem plants because Jason from Redfish Bluefish had been doing all the stem plant stuff. And I'm like, I just don't understand what he sees about. I'm so in love with this stuff. And so that was what I took. And I remember it was like in a little petri dish.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what I was getting. I pulled it out, and I thought it was like it's supposed to be a gel, but it was like in liquid instead. Sugar water or something. I got it all over myself. That was kind of funny.
Odd.
But it peeled apart into one giant long string.
Was it like a Sag or a Val or something?
It was a chain.
Dwarf chain sword?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. And I glued some of them. I broke off and glued separately to things, and then the rest I made it look like vines going down the mountain.
Okay.
And
I never got to see your finished products, but I remember James saying you put stuff hanging over other things.
Yeah, and everybody said that the plants were going to die because I did that, and they're all still alive today.
I mean, I don't see why they would die. They still get the nutrients out of the water column.
Yeah,
right?
Well,
is that how plants work?
Apparently not these, except that it just happens to work on mine. But they were all telling me I needed to plant all those roots. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to win a competition.
I mean, I know that it's supposed to go in substrate, but I don't see why it still wouldn't pull in some kind of nutrients from the water column.
I don't know enough about plants.
I mean, if I've learned anything in this hobby since I got back, is sometimes the rules are only rules because enough people have said it online.
Yeah.
And like when I put plants in the cichlid tank, everyone's like, oh, they're going to eat them. They're going to eat them. No, they haven't eaten them.
Yeah. Well, watch Bob Kaler, man. He's nothing but against the rules.
Well, yeah, when Zen was like, he's got, like, I think was it 2 male betas and a female in the same tank, Bob? Is that what he has?
He might. I think it turned out he thinks he has 3 males.
Oh, when Zen was like, yeah, he's got male. I got like, really? He could do that? But then too, like, the tank is huge, so I'm like, that kind of makes sense because they know where the territories are of the other fish. Because in the wild, they're not in individual little ponds.
At least, well, in the dry season, they might be.
Maybe. That's where we get the puddle.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I'm just going to guess that Bob has them like in a 40 breeder. I'm just guessing.
I think it's 125, Bob.
Oh, I didn't think it was that big. Maybe
I thought that said 125, but I could be remembering incorrectly. Right now, it didn't show. There we go. 4 male bettas and 1 female. New betta added today. 33
nice.
liters. So that's not the how.
Oh, is it 33 liters?
It said 33L. I don't know if that means the size or the length.
33 long.
Okay.
So it's a good footprint. It's a great footprint. I'd like to get a 33 long. I wonder if those are really expensive. Because that would probably be perfect for my sump, for my bettas. Oh, I was just checking out what James was saying. But I've seen some awesome like ponds that are just filled with bettas. I mean, they're overloaded from Asia.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I was watching one video, the guy they had like a bamboo basket or something. They were just taking it, scooping it, and it would come up with a bunch of bettas in it. And I'm like, why can we not keep them in the same tank then?
Yeah,
they're gonna. It must, unless the non-wild ones that are bred are so accustomed of being alone. I don't know.
Okay, Bob said, yeah, it was expensive. Rob had to order it. That's my local fish store guy.
Would that be the guy at? I know the name of your store.
Aquatic Aesthetics.
It helps that I pulled up the Fisher & Fever / Chattanooga Egg Word document on my computer with all these links readily available.
Oh, wow. You are an awesome mod. If you guys don't have this guy as a mod, you're missing out.
Well, thank you, Ed.
Yeah, there might be a day that Bob and Chevy Fish and Zen Ginger are all sick, and then you'll meet this guy.
Yes, for those that don't know my secret, I literally have a Word document with everything ready to go.
Is that like my bio to my life? I hope my social security number isn't up there.
If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it completely, full-on OCD. Everything's organized and readily available.
That's awesome.
Now, piggybacking off your guys' stream from last night, talking about what you feed your guppies and the whole brine shrimp thing, have you fed the Hikari fancy guppy food?
No.
Okay.
Is that a pellet or is that a...
It is a super tiny pellet. Let me see if I can get some here and show you. It won't be too much, but it's kind of almost like a powder. You can see that.
Yeah.
It is... I just got it like 2 weeks ago, maybe close to 20-ish days. It's almost gone. It's down to here. It's like a third left.
What's the protein on that?
It is 50% crude protein. So
nice.
I think it's the highest protein food I think I have. I think.
Do they have a calcium count on there? A lot of them don't.
Yeah, I wish they did. They do not have a calcium count. It's 50% crude protein, 8% fat, 2% fiber, 10% moisture. Why? Do you know why they put a moisture count on them?
Trying to make it stick.
Okay.
How much water they had to make it stick.
Okay, we got 18%.
And then they dried it out.
18% ash, 19,000 IUs of vitamin A, 2,800 of D3, 850 of E, and then 340 of sorbic acid.
It sounds like a pretty good pellet.
My guppies love it. I wanted to try it because I've been seeing it forever, and I took a little and put it in the tank. They were all like on top of each other to eat it. So they said they love it. So since it was so high, I was like, I'm gonna feed this, and hopefully, so it's tiny enough that the fry can eat it. It's kind of like the co-op food is nice and small. It's honestly probably a couple microns bigger than the co-op food.
Where'd you get it?
I actually got it from the co-op.
Oh, okay.
But you can get it on Amazon or anywhere. But I've been getting my food from the co-op because Aquarium Co-op is the only online retailer that I have seen that has not jacked up their prices for the COVID.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because like I went on Amazon to get some more of my Fluval bug bites. This is usually $3.99. It was $6.99 plus $7 shipping on Amazon.
Oh, Matt, wow.
Yeah.
One thing that they do now have on Amazon that they didn't have for a long time was the Aquaneats lights.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the original Lucas Brett lights.
Okay.
And they used to make them up to 8 foot long. Now they only sell the 40 inches. So 3.5 foot. I'm doing this, and you guys can't even see my hands. And I like to put 2 of those over. Yeah.
This light, this one right here?
Yep. Now, I used to get the one that was the model before it that didn't have the green and the red. It was just white and blue.
Okay.
This one's $2 more, and I've purchased 8 of those. I'm about to order 8 more because I like them.
Okay.
And for that price, I don't see them like getting dim. I've been using them for over a year.
Mm.
And for that price, it's just awesome. I love that light. I mean, what is it? I can't see it. Is it like $34 for the big one?
For the 36 to 44 inch?
Yeah.
It is $34.49 or $33.49. So $34 basically with tax.
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's awesome.
Aside from the PetSmart LEDs, the only tank that doesn't have that is my 6-gallon, and that's just got the rope light LEDs for like the under the counter at the kitchen.
Okay.
That easy work. It was like a 20-foot roll for like $8. So I went with that, and that seems to be working out great.
Well, I've got the lights that Lucas has now on my 200, and they're the shop lights, the LED shop lights at Daisy Chain, and I bought 2. I'd like to get a couple more, but
give me 1 sec, Chevy.
I really like the Aquaneats. I think the best, so that's what I go with.
Like a nice little not light.
They don't get hot. I set them directly over the plastic this stuff. I set it directly over it, and they don't get hot. What I do is I put a little bit of tape on the back of my tank, and I use it's the same tape that's right here that I use for my hinge. This Gorilla tape, it's clear Gorilla. It's super strong stuff. I mean, you can't even see it, but it's as big as duct tape, and it's super strong. But I put a little piece on both sides, so that way it doesn't slide off the back of the tank.
Okay.
And I don't feel like I'm ever worried about the light falling into the tank.
Okay.
But yeah. Oh, you know what? I would also like to talk a little bit about last night. I had a couple people upset with me on how I said that you have to use live brine shrimp for guppies. I didn't say you had to use. I mean, I said it, but that was from a professional breeder. And he said in his book you have to.
Oh, okay.
I thought I made it clear that I actually don't right now. But to get the best possible fish, you want the yolk sac from the brine shrimp.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the only way you can feed that yolk sac to the brine shrimp or to your guppies is if you're breeding them right there or hatching them. So just for people that just want to have pretty guppies in their house, go with food. Just go with what the flake.
Yeah, any old food.
This is just to try to win against other top breeders.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw that out there. Even though probably the people watching us are probably all understanding that. I don't know if we got anybody that was mad at me in the stream here now.
Probably not.
Oh, well.
But yeah, I know mine have been fed exclusively up until like a month ago, nothing but the aquarium co-op fry food. Even before I had fry in the tank, I was just feeding that. And mine have had no problem on that.
Yeah, they love it. And the adults like that too.
Oh yeah, that's what I like about it. It says fry food on it, but you can feed it to pretty much everything.
My daisy fish absolutely love it too. Now, one thing that I learned last night with Jesse, afterwards we talked for a while, and we were talking about the daisy rice fish.
Yeah.
And he has daisy rice fish in a gigantic container in his backyard, and he's breeding them all together.
Okay.
And that is so cool because, I mean, I'm sure that Pam probably gets better results because a lot less fry are probably being ate by using a mop, or I think she uses not fungus, moss. Fungus, I don't know. But, and she takes it out and then she grows them in a separate place. But really thinking about trying to do what Jesse did and put them in my 10 that I have and put them in a 40-gallon breeder and seeing if I can do that.
Okay.
So that was just
Jesse says, no,
cool.
you have to. I am assuming he's referring to what you said. And then Pug said that they feed tetracolor tropical granules because it's 49% protein. I feed, my go-to flake food is the tetratropical, but it's flake and not the granule. But I break it up so it's nice and tiny because I don't like big chunks of food. And it's 46, so it's a little bit less than the granule.
Yeah, I'm always afraid to feed granules because it seems like a lot of my live bears spit it out.
Oh, let's see. And Jen says, co-op fry. You meant to say fry food, right? There we go. She corrected it. It's all my angel babies have eaten, except it's mixed with Hikari First Bite in one bottle. So yeah.
I'd like to get some of that Hikari First Bite someday.
That's what I did with this. It says brine shrimp on it, but this is actually, I mixed Sarah Micron, Hikari First Bite, and the freeze-dried brine. I ground it up into a powder, the freeze-dried brine, and then I put the other two in there. So this is what I was feeding a different batch of guppy fry. I tried the whole live brine shrimp thing, but it's just, for one tank of guppies, it's kind of a pain to culture the brine I mean, if I had more tanks, maybe I would do it.
You might want to try that round one. It only has like 2 or 3 cups of water.
The disc one Jesse was talking about?
It just has 1 little teaspoon.
Okay.
Just round it out. But you know what? Just keep going with what you want.
Well, I did I took an old 2-liter soda bottle and I cut the lid so that I could hang it, and then I drilled a hole in the cap, put an air line through it, and then I actually super glued the air so no water would leak out. Mm-hmm. So then I did it in that, and the first batch I did was fine. I got a good hatch rate. The second batch I did, for some reason, I got like a terrible hatch rate. And then the third time, nothing hatched. So I don't know what's going on. I did the exact same thing every time. The only thing I can think of is the ambient temperature in the basement was a different temp each time.
Well, I mean, you've done more than I. I've done lots of sea monkeys in my life because I loved sea monkeys when I was a kid. But yeah, I'm going to learn how to do it, and I'm going to start doing it as soon as everything's going. Can't wait.
Yeah, because everyone said if you're going to do breeding seriously, feed baby brine. When Dean, Corey, Jesse, Guppy Guru, and all those people are like, feed baby brine shrimp, that's why I was giving it a go. And Pug says to try the disc hatchery. Works great from Brine Shrimp Direct. I was actually looking at their disc hatchery, Pug.
Was that the one that I was talking about? I think it's the disc.
Yeah, I think that's the one they're talking about, yeah. Let's see,
yeah, with me, I'd need like 8 of them, though. So.
Jesse says, I did a comparison between my pond tub raising the rice fish colony bred and raising fry in the tank pulled eggs. The fry in the pond tub grow way, way faster. I would assume because the pond water's probably got better stuff in it, maybe. That's just in the water column for them to eat, like all the microorganisms and whatnot. And they're out in the sun. I'd imagine your tub is outside.
Now, the daisy rice fish, I when I originally got them, I assumed they'd be more like normal rice fish. They can handle like freezing weather, but they're actually more of a tropical. So you have to keep them a little warmer than your standard rice fish.
Okay. See, I didn't know what a rice fish was until Corey started talking about keeping rice fish in his backyard. Like my hobby before this introduction was literally tetras and corridors, and that was about it.
That's cool.
Like I didn't even know what a pleco was called. I just knew it was a suckerfish. I would call it a suckerfish. I did not know it had an actual name besides suckerfish.
Hey, everybody starts somewhere. So
yeah, and I know before we were talking about food that our fish do not like or won't eat.
Yes.
Because you were mentioning that yours don't really like the bug bites. Well, I've had that experience with a food brand that everyone recommends, and that was, you might be able to guess what it is. It starts with a big old X on the label.
Oh, I was going to say Viber Bites.
Nope, Extreme Fish Food.
Wow.
Only fish that I've got the betta pellet and the krill flake, because those were the two people who were like, try them. The only fish that I have bettas, tetras, respors, I got a bunch of stuff. The only fish that will eat these religiously and don't spit them out or ignore them are the mamunas, the African cichlids. My bettas literally spit the pellets out.
Yeah,
they nibble and spit it.
Well, I'll tell you a story about those. I wanted to try the red flake. Mm-hmm. When I was trying to buy 10 pounds, I wanted to buy 10 pounds of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked John from KG if they sold a 10. They said no. And he said, but I'm going to give you one of these containers, because I was supposed to meet him like the next week. Mm-hmm. And then it fell through and I didn't meet him. And I haven't bought any of them because I'm waiting for my free one. It's so terrible. Or doesn't even remember because I'm just some schmuck. You know? And so I'm sure he's not going to remember. So I ought to just buy it. But now I did buy the 10 pounds of the Mega one. So
the super red or the super color, that one?
Super color. I've used it for years. And so
that's
my go-to.
I have one Omega food, and the only one I have is, I think it's the shrimp pellet. Yes, it's the Omega 1 shrimp pellet.
Love those.
Don't like this either.
Oh, they don't?
No, I have the API pellet, and I have the Hikari like little sinking wafers. The corridors and the mollies like go crazy when I throw those in the tank. These they just they nibble at and don't really eat. So
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like a rabbit food pellet. Just one of these.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
my corridors love it.
I don't know. I must have defective fish. They don't like this. They don't like the extreme.
Yeah, I think water conditions play a big factor. Maybe it makes things taste different.
Maybe, because I have super soft water. I don't know what
I have like perfect water. I'm like right at 7.2.
Our old house had perfect neutral pH of 7. Our current water is 6.5 out of the tap and only gets lower as it sits for some reason. So I do have to add a little pH plus every now and then.
Jesse was with me. He thought you were going to say Vibrobites Sasso.
Because
mine spit out the Vibrobites too.
Your fish don't like these? My fish love them.
Weird.
Yeah, because the co-op was pushing these for a while with their everything eats them. So I was like, well, I finally bit the bullet and bought some. And they ended up loving it. So I'm kind of happy with that. Your fish are going to love those algae wafers, by the way.
Well, I was just going to try to figure out what fish are going to like it.
The guppies will pick at them.
Okay.
I'm on my third bag.
I've got a couple of these bags I've never opened.
Oh, okay.
I get them in my aquarium box. Mm-hmm. And I was going to give them to James, but maybe I'll just throw them in my tanks.
I mean, if the other ones haven't expired yet, since you haven't opened them, you're probably good to try them out.
Yeah.
You can always give James the new one and use the old ones if they haven't expired.
Yeah.
Because I know when I throw these in the community tank, the guppies and the mollies will eat them.
James has probably got a ton of food, so. I mean, if I hear that James needs them, then I'll give him some.
But you know what James can't get anymore? I gotta.
Better not be Sarah Otabs.
It is.
Oh,
And I have 2 more 100 count of the regular ones. Because you know what I did? I went at Aquarium Co-op and bought them out.
oh, that day.
Yep, but Corey was like, we're no longer carrying Ceratabs. I was like, well, I'm going to go buy them.
Yeah, we found 2 at the aquarium in Knoxville. That's the competition for James, and I think he bought them both. And I wish I would have bought one. Or maybe I did buy. You know what? I think I bought one for James and one for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish I would have just bought them both for myself. Maybe that's. But yeah, I still have one of the cardboard things, and
well, yeah, they had I don't know, they had like 20 of the regular and 20 of the spirulina one. I was just gonna buy the ones in the little like pill bottle one. Well, yeah. Somebody beat me to those. Then somebody beat me to the 50 count. So I was like, I'm just gonna go to the 100 count and buy them all. They only had like 300 or 400 counts left, and then I bought whatever they had left in the spirulina tab.
Unbelievable. Lucky guy.
So, you know, if anybody wants one and I like you enough, I'll probably send you one. But just the spirulina. I'm not going to send you a 100 count because...
I thought you were going to send them one tab.
Yeah, I'll send you 1 tab a week. $50 a tab.
That could be your thing. You could take a sticker, stick it to the back of the sticker, and mail it.
That'd be perfect right there. Let's see. Jesse says, most things like bug bites, I gotta say. Yes, Jesse, I love the bug bites.
My Molly spit them out.
Wow, that's weird. Maybe your fish just don't like granules then.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Did you say you have the flake ones to try out too?
I do, but I've never opened them because I've got all this. So I'll bust it open sometime.
Oof, store them. Let's see. Jesse says store them well. Took too long to go through mine and it turned into dust. Oh dear. Well, right now they're just sitting in the aquarium co-op box they came in. Maybe I'll have to like throw them in the freezer or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Gosh. Well, I think I might just throw all mine in my tanks in the next couple days.
See, I mainly bought it because I figure if I go out of town, I can just be like, okay, put 1 in each tank and you're done. The only problem is I can't say do that in the betta tanks because they're 2.5 gallon and 5 gallon tanks. And one betta is not going to eat a whole ONIV tab. Then I can just go. Now I like this because it's got a little pour spout on it, so I can just open it and say, do 1 shake and it's done. I hope that was closed. It was not. There's fish food all over my keyboard.
Yeah, my dad's taken over feeding my fish when I go out of town. I used to have this guy that's joined the military and now he's moved away. Mm-hmm. So I don't know anyone else except my dad. So, yeah, I have to count on my dad. And he used to take care of, like, several tanks. Mm-hmm. I mean, he used to sell guppies and corridors, and he raised and bred them, you know. But he just feeds everything the flakes.
Okay.
So everything gets this, regardless of what I said. I show him the frozen stuff. The only thing that doesn't get flakes is the puffer.
Okay.
And I think he enjoys feeding the puffer. And the first time, I was like, okay, you take the little, break off a piece of the block, and then put it in this hot water and melt it. She fed her 1 shrimp a day. So she was probably really looking forward to that one. She normally eats like somewhere between 8 and 12, maybe 14 a day. So, poor things. Chevy Fish says, which Sarah Onibs am I looking for? I'm looking for the original ones because I guess the new ones break apart. Even though I want to try to get some of the new ones because I think they might be great in a shrimp tank.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because like I'll take the spirulina ones and I'll just throw it in these 6-gallon that I have Amanos in, and they love it.
Yep. Chevy, do you use any? And then I ask a question, and then I look, and it's like on at least a 15-second delay. Plus, she's probably, whatever, doing a crossword puzzle or drinking coffee.
I'm trying to sign into my school email to check something, but it's not letting me.
Jesse, I am literally going to be buying a new freezer just for my fish foods. I am tired of using up all my space in my freezer for fish food. It's terrible. If you look in my freezer, there's like this great big ham that I got and fish food. I've got no ice cream. I don't have any frozen sandwiches. Just fish food.
Jesse would like to know what kind of shrimp you use to feed.
I use the jumbo krill, and I try to make sure that it says jumbo. So they're about that big, and they're they're frozen. And she's super finicky. I have to do this over the water, and then her eyeballs are doing this because she can move her eyeballs separately, and then she starts to come up and pounds them.
So
probably show a video.
I got some other news to announce. Special now, Ed. Oh. I've secured a quote unquote sponsorship with Hikari.
Wow.
They just confirmed that they are sending me a box with 100 bags of Viber Bites in them to give away to people.
Wow.
So look for some giveaways in later videos because I'm going to have plenty of Viber Bites to give away.
That's incredibly awesome. And if I had discus, I bet they would be pounding those.
I think discus are on the bag, correct? Yes, they are.
I don't know, but
yes, there's a nice big old blood. What kind of is that? Like a snakeskin parrot or discus?
I don't know. I see a ram on there, and it looks like a koi angel. I'm turning my head like I can see around the bag.
I think that's a discus.
Yeah, that's definitely a discus. Gosh, I'm trying to find my little puffer. I like to videotape her eating.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets used to the camera.
Okay.
She used to look right at the camera, and now she doesn't even pay attention to it.
That's unfortunate.
Well, no, I like that because she doesn't hide.
Okay. Yeah, my African cichlids have finally, after 3 months, warmed up to me. They don't hide 24/7 anymore. That was the whole point. I put the red root loaders in there because I thought they were going to, I put it in there so there would be less light because I thought the light was scaring them. But because I had live plants in there, because I have Val and Java Fern, I couldn't just have the light off. So I added the red root floaters. Oh, let's see, Puffer.
Let's see. She's looking up at my finger right now.
Okay.
And bam. See, she eats them so gentle. Like Bob's boy just pounds them. It's awesome when Bob's hits them, but she just eats them real nice and quietly.
That's the dragon puffer, right?
Yep.
I gotta say, the picture on Google Images does not do them justice because that looks a heck of a lot nicer than the Google image does. Google Image, they don't look very attractive.
Well, do they look like that?
They're like some nasty brown-looking color.
See that shrimp? It's on her head. Because she doesn't let me know when she's full until the shrimp land on her. And that's when I know to stop feeding her.
Oh, that's great.
A little bit closer up of the shrimp on her head.
Yeah, yours look so much nicer than the Google image ones.
Yeah, she's super cute. Everybody that sees her they're like, oh my god, she's so ugly.
This is the other thing that I'll feed my bottom feeders. It's called a sinking wafer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Corys seem to like it. I like to alternate between what my bottom feeders get, but these are like super small.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I'll just throw like 3 or 4 of these in. I'll throw like the flake food in first, and then I'll throw those in so that they actually sink to the bottom. Because if I just throw them in, the mollies seem to eat everything.
Well, you should try to get Hikari to send you some of those.
Well, they were like, "What products do you use?" So I gave them a list of what I used. I was hoping they would send me some of the stuff I have, but I'm hoping if this works out well enough, I can just be like, "Hey, I need some of this. Can you send me some, and I'll give some away?"
That's awesome.
I'm honestly surprised they even responded, since I'm, such a tiny little channel. But I was like, "Hey, it can't hurt to ask." That's how I got sponsorships from my other company when I had one.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, I haven't asked anybody. Hey, Jesse, would you like me to be your sponsor? Wait a minute. Would you like to be my sponsor? I don't want to be Jesse's sponsor. Jesse, I'll give you animal crackers if you promote
Apparently,
my show.
Bob's puffer wears the shrimp as hats too.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
that's good.
Clearly, they're related. Let's see.
Now, one of his eats bloodworms. I wonder if the female just eats the bloodworms. I wonder if she ever eats the shrimp.
We'll have to. I don't know if Bob is still here, but we'll have to ask him next time we see him.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't Bob that said that.
That was Chevy.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Zen says I only got the sponsorship because of her proofreading skills. Zen is my designated proofreader because my English and grammar are awful. So I have to read everything before I send anything.
That's cool.
But yeah, they were like, "How many samples do you want to mail out?" I was like, "I don't know. I can probably send out 3 small boxes." And then I looked at the email, and they're like, "Oh, we'll send 100 samples." Because I was like, "Well, how big is a sample box?" Like, I wanted dimensions and stuff so I could plan it out, and they just wouldn't give it to me.
Well, that's awesome, though.
And I'm waiting. There's a hardscaping / fish supplier I'm waiting to hear back from, who I've bought from before. They said they'd be willing to work with me. And then I've also have an apparel company that followed me over from Twitch. So that's pretty cool.
Wow. I'm on one of James's cups.
Yeah, you get half the cut from every mug that's sold?
No, but I get to buy the mugs.
Okay. You get a discount for buying the mug?
I think I'm going to have to hire somebody. I need an agent.
You need a marketing manager. Oh,
no, I think we make like 24 cents off of a mug.
Yeah, Teesprings.
And you know what? I'm willing to donate the 20 or my 12 cents towards James's cause.
There you go. Jesse says he'll sponsor you with fish.
Oh, awesome.
Speaking of, hey, Jesse, were you able to mail those guppies out this week, or are they coming out next week? I forgot to ask you if they shipped. I'm trying to plan my unboxing video. I'm trying to get it to come out next week at some point.
Well, Pogamus, this would be the cup for you. And I wish I could send you one, but I've already got all 8. Well, no, that's not true. I have this one for me, and then I bought 8 of them. And the other 7 I'm already sending out to people.
Also, for people that didn't know, the U.S. Postal Service will mail you their prepaid shipping boxes for free?
No.
I just found that out when I was looking at stuff to sell my fish with. So I went online. They actually have a section that's just free shipping supplies.
Wow.
So I bought a box of 10 of the medium boxes and a box of 10 of the smaller boxes, so I have them.
Wow. You know what? I discovered something yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered you on Get Gills.
Yes, you did. I have a Get Gills now.
Yes. Now, have you told anybody this, or is this just a surprise?
I just kind of did it. Because I was waiting for my bags to come in, so I put them on Aquabid first with like a 3-week auction window on there. And I've gotten like 100 and something views, but no hits because it's Aquabid and no one knows who I am. So I was like, you know what? My bags came early. I'm going to put them up on Get Gills. So yes, I have a Get Gills store now. I'm sure Zen is searching for the link now. It's not my actual name. It's not my usual username though, because I thought that would be a little too cheesy.
Yeah, so it's like just Lefty.
It's
Lefty's
Lefty
Fish.
Fish Mart. I'm still debating if I change my, my YouTube to something fish related, but I've had the same username since I was 4. When AOL first came out, I had this username. So it's my username on every platform, so I kind of don't want to switch it because everyone knows me by this username.
Yep. Well, I used to feel that way too. And then I changed anyway.
Yeah, I'm toying with the idea since I know James said changing your name can help you get more people in. So right now I'm just banking on all the because I post on all the social medias and stuff when I do anything. So I'm hoping that'll bring people.
Yeah. Well, oh, there it is. He's got some pictures of some bettas on there and some really pretty guppies. Now, are these your guppies in your photo?
I don't. Yeah. These are all bred from my guppy tank downstairs in my basement. I guess I'll shamelessly plug and pull it up here real quick.
Yes. That's.
So these are the purple ones that I specifically got the purples to breed. So I got they were sold to me as purple Dumbo ear mosaic Moscow whatever, and like I was talking to Jesse after he posted Moscows, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure these aren't Moscows. So we've settled that they're purple mosaic guppies. So I've got the purple mosaics up there, which I think look nice. At least I do. I don't know if anyone else does. These are the random orange ones that I just put up the other day. I don't know if you can. Here, we'll zoom in. These are the orange ones, which I still don't know how purple gave me orange. And then I just have some culls on there that I just figured I'll put them up there if anyone wants culls. Because I know I bought culls from Otter Creek when he had his store on Get Kills, just to get some different genes in there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's up there.
Yeah. I normally throw all my calls into just one big tank.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't have any extra tanks. Yeah. That's my problem. I bought extra tanks and then I put fish in them.
I really screwed up. I pulled 3 fish out of my call tank, and there were probably 3 of the more pretty males. Like one was a lot of red and metallic, and one was blue, and one was purple. And I grabbed them, and I wanted to make sure they all looked different, and I threw them in my 200 tank because I wanted to see if they could survive in that tank. And they didn't last the night. So, but I have the geophagus, which they aren't known for eating little fish, guppies. And then I got threadfin acaras. They don't seem to be very aggressive either, but I think the Bisher ate them. Or the Synodontis at night, if they would have settled on the bottom, the Synodontis would have just slurped them up.
Yeah, I've noticed my guppies literally sleep on the bottom of the tank. Like anytime I go downstairs in the middle of the night and turn the tanks on to get footage or whatever, they're literally just all sleeping on the bottom. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I like that about guppy. But what's really funny, do you have platies?
I do not have platies.
Platies are super funny because they just kind of clump up into the plants. And they look like fruit or something because mine are real blue. I got really good looking blue platies. And they just look like there's plums all over the plants.
My female bettas will do that. They'll just find a leaf and they'll sleep on it for the night.
Yep. These guys almost wedge themselves. It's just funny. It's cool.
They're in a hangar bay of an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, I think the Pasilia. Ooh, I'm sounding like a professional.
Yeah.
They all settle on the bottom, but your swordtails will also go in plants too. So, yeah.
I was tempted to look at some swordtails. People have been posting some nice swordtails and some nice platies on Get Kills, and I was like, but I have to see if I'm successful with the guppies first. I'm
Oh, yeah.
hoping if I can show the parental units that I can actually sell fish that I've bred, they'll be slightly more open-minded to more tanks.
Well, your guppies have better resale than the other live bears.
Yeah.
Your guppies have more babies, maybe. I don't know. My mollies have as many babies as anything. But the platies seem so much more aggressive towards their young. I mean, they look like piranhas chasing their babies.
See, that's what I was worried about the guppies, because I had heard people say they'll predate their fry. Mine didn't touch them at all. I don't know if I just had enough plant, because I went super plant crazy in the guppy tank. Like you can't see the back of it.
I think the guppies are kind of lazy eaters.
Yeah.
So if the baby swims towards its mouth, it's going to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as the baby's smart enough to stay away, guppies seem to be a little bit more lazy.
I think I was also overfeeding slightly.
Yeah, well, that makes them probably more lazy.
And then I also noticed that I made a greenhouse out of my dog's cage, so I start vegetables in there for the summer. And the 20-gallon is underneath that, but it's right next to a window. So enough sunlight's hitting the tank that I've actually got green water without trying. So my mom's like, your water's green. I'm like, yeah, but that's a good thing. And they love it, so.
Cool.
Now I know.
Swords.
Oh, no, go ahead.
The bad thing about the swordtails is they grow so slow.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, these guppies took forever to grow. Like, normal people were like, oh, 3 months old, you can sell them. I was like, 3 months old, mine were still like 3/4 of an inch, and I could barely sex them.
Yeah.
Now, I know you wanted to talk about a picture. So let me pull that up real quick. We can talk about Ed's picture here.
There's a really creepy picture. Look at this. Now, I'm sure maybe everybody has seen this, but I didn't read the article on purpose because I didn't want to. Mm-hmm. I'm basically lazy. And I think I prefer to use my brain instead of guessing.
It's fun to use your imagination.
Do you think that's on its belly or on the top of its head?
I'm guessing, based on the way the jaw looks, that's the top of his head.
See, that's why I was saying the belly. Because if you'd look at a shark upside down, their lower jaw is a lot smaller and it comes to a snoot.
Okay.
But the top jaw goes
maybe because this right here almost looks like a tongue. This little whatever this is right here.
Yeah, but is it hanging down or coming up?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. It looks
maybe it might have an eye on the other side of its body.
This looks like an eyeball here, sort of. I don't know if you can see my cursor. But this to me right here just makes it look like a bottom jaw the way it's hinged.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I wish there was another angle of it.
But what do you people think? Because we have some of the greatest fish minds in here right now.
I'm assuming, is it some kind of eel?
Oh, I don't think. It doesn't look that long. I don't know. I was thinking it was like some type of, almost looks like a flounder or something.
Okay, yeah, it might be.
It just doesn't look wormy enough to be an eel to me.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, I'm used to flounder having their mouth more on the side. But again, it is a weird-looking, deformed fish, so you never know.
Yeah. And maybe it was just nuked and it really isn't a real fish.
It's possible. I mean, you can do anything with Photoshop these days.
Well, I was thinking radiated. Like the hills have eyes.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's from True Noble.
But it's just so creepy.
Would you go visit True Noble?
I would love to.
I wouldn't mind.
Right. The only place in Russia that I might visit would be there.
Is it? I thought it was adjacent to Russia. Isn't it in Ukraine or Chechnya?
Oh, I don't know. I assumed it was just somewhere in Russia.
No.
Oh, Chevy thinks it's a hoax.
It's very possible it's a hoax. It's in the Ukraine.
Okay.
So it used to be part of the USSR, but I think it's like right on the border.
Yeah. I'm just not a. I have nothing against the Russian people, but their government basically enslaved my family for years. They took my uncle off his farm and sent him to a farm in Siberia where he wasn't able to talk to his family for 30 years.
Oof.
And when he got too old to work, they sent him home.
Wow.
And, they didn't know if he was alive or dead all those years. My cousins, if they didn't speak Russian in school, they got hit with a switch.
Wow.
They weren't allowed to speak Czech. It was pretty terrible. They weren't allowed to be in public with a Bible. They had to hide their Bible.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah. So, not a big fan of the Russians because I'm a Czech.
Is anyone really a big fan of the Russians, though?
Well, maybe if your last name's Fedorov.
So, Jesse says, my guess it is a top view and it's just an underbite.
Okay. So you think it has an eyeball on top of its head. Now, I wonder if it's like those fish that, their eyes have shifted to one side of their body and it lays a lot.
Yeah. That would equate to the more flounder-ish. But then you would think that the jaw would have slowly moved, too.
Yeah, but it's like a shark jaw.
Yeah, it's...
So creepy.
We probably should have read the article.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm sure everyone has seen this on social media anyway.
Yeah, I think we only have Chevy and Jesse watching us now.
Oh, wait, hang on, we got a Bob Kaler comment coming in here in a second.
Oh, good.
I have the YouTube chat up, so it shows up slightly faster for me. Come on, StreamYards.
Would anybody have this fish in their tank?
I'm not. I don't like big fish.
Well, let's say it was a 1-inch fish.
Probably not. Was that related to the fish, Bob? But I don't know. I'm not a fan of the freaky looking fish. I mean, I like the Hillstream Loach is about as freaky as I would get.
Oh, they're pretty neat. Yeah.
Maybe
I would say
Viper, because those look like dinosaurs.
I love them. Yeah. Probably my strangest fish. The coolie loaches that don't have stripes.
Those just the solid brown ones.
Yeah. Those are pretty gross because they look like those eels that have all the slime.
I've ordered them
like
like 3 times, and they've always either come dead or shown and then died within like an hour or two of me putting it in the tank. So I've all but given up on them.
Yeah, not a fan of those.
I mean,
if you're going to get a loach, get a zebra or a clown.
I didn't want anything that would eat snails. And the coolies are small enough where I don't think people have said they eat snails. So,
maybe just the babies.
Yeah, people are like, they might eat babies, but anything too big they wouldn't. I've always heard they just like swim through your substrate and clean it up. So I just thought they were scavengers.
Yeah.
See, Chevy says it could be some type of flatfish, which the eye hasn't fully migrated to the other side is my best guess. Okay. So you're on the same wavelength almost as Ed there.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, I guess it does have like the flounder-esque side little fin thingies too.
The eyeball's just so gross looking. It looks like something from a horror movie.
Yeah, it's weird. Also, we have gone past the 2-hour mark, Ed.
Oh gosh.
It is after 6.
So we need to shut it down because somebody started at 6.
Yes, I think Science Gal did. So I will.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we don't want to overdo Carrie. Carrie's awesome. Everybody go check out Carrie.
She's on the schedule. I'm looking to see if I can get a link here because I don't see her on my page. Let's pull this up and see if it's on her YouTube page. It's not showing up on my YouTube homepage.
But yeah, I'm gonna
She'll be around.
take.
Zan, are you still here?
Oh, Bob's still pissed.
Uh-oh, Bob, what happened? Why are you still pissed, Bob? Also, I don't see a link, so she's not going today yet.
Oh,
So if you want, we can call it if you want.
I probably need to, but we ought to see if we can help Bob.
Yeah, well, we'll see what's going on with Bob first, and then we'll call it there.
Yes. Bob, who do we need to beat up?
Who we throwing dead rotten fish at, Bob?
Hopefully they're on the East Coast.
Hopefully they're up in New England because I'm closest then.
Yeah.
I like that Brandon. Is it Brandon or Brendan, the guy who runs the Fish Tuber notification page on Facebook?
Oh, I don't know for sure.
I like that he's gone back to posting the schedule. There was a little stint there where he wasn't posting it because he thought people didn't appreciate it, but then we were all like, no, we missed it. So he's back to posting it. I just wish if people weren't going, they would tell him. Because like last week when we were going to do this last week, I had told him that we were both going to be on, so he had us both on there originally. And then I'm like, oh, Ed can't do it, so he just put me on there.
So what did you end up doing?
I talked about dream tanks. So dream
cool.
fish and dream tanks that I would like to have or own at some point.
Oh,
Nothing too crazy. The craziest thing I said was I'd want to have like 300 gallons of each of the riff lakes from Africa.
Oh, wow.
Or a giant koi pond. Just waiting for Bob here.
Yeah, I wonder what it... Gosh, I sure hope I wasn't supposed to meet Bob somewhere today.
Uh-oh.
I doubt it because I've got my family in and I've got all the doctor stuff going on, so I'm trying not to make plans.
It was good to hear that it's not as bad as I thought it was. That was a relief to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it's emergency surgery is always bad, but it's emergency. But I'd kind of like to get it done because they said that I'll have so much higher level of energy, which would be really nice.
More videos on the channel then with more energy.
Yeah, maybe. I always feel so lethargic.
Yeah. So this is one. I will show you guys one of the fish. This is one of the fish I talked about last week. That's a Corridora. But it was only known to me as like a CW and then a number. And I just thought it was like the coolest thing. I'd never seen one like that before.
Yeah, that is. Can you not text me, whatever it's called, Facebook it to me? Oh gosh, I think we lost him.
It was where I'm back. I pushed the wrong button.
I thought you just lost your internet or something.
Oh no, I was trying to open up the actual name of the. Yes, thank you, Chevy. That's what I was looking for. The Barbados Cory is what it's called.
Are they big?
Let's see here.
I'm going to take a photo of that.
4 inches. So I would say about the same as a regular normal Corridor that's not a pygmy. Cool. But when I saw the picture, they had told me it was a Corridor CW038 is how it was given to me when someone posted it on social media. And I just thought it was the coolest looking thing.
Well, you know what, brother? We should probably wrap it up, though, just because my brother is waiting for me, and I was going to take him out tonight. Yeah.
We'll private message Bob and see what's going on there. So thanks, everyone, for coming out. Thank you, Ed, for co-hosting and driving this boat with me. I think we'll be back next week as well.
Sounds good, man. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you to all the mods and everything, and we'll catch you guys around in the streams.
Yep. See you later.